Greetings, greetings, greetings. Hello, everybody. How are you today? How are you feeling?
Hello, Coach
Oh, great.
Dave. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much.
We're just curious. What time is it there in
It
Canada
is
right now?
now 6:40 in the morning.
6:40,
Yes.
and Julia
Good
woke
morning,
you
good
up at
morning.
5 a.m.
That's right. Yesterday
Where
I was
in
up
Yeah.
at 4
Where
a.m.
in
for a
Canada
meeting
are
in
you coming from? Where in Canada?
from Toronto, Canada,
Toronto. So you're in the East Coast
in the
of
middle of the
Canada.
country.
Okay. Yes, Juliet.
Yes. And let's welcome our another entrepreneur in the house. Let's welcome. And he will present himself later on. Let's welcome Mr. Joey Garcia. Yoo-hoo!
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mom Juliet, Sir DG, and of course, Coach Dave. Good evening, and
Yes.
very nice to meet everyone.
Yes,
Yeah, you
we
have
are
a good
welcoming
voice.
Joey, a very good friend and a very veteran entrepreneur, Juliet. Yes.
Yes, of course. Our friend, how should I call you? Kuya Joey? Kuya Joey.
It's okay. You can call me
Brother, my
Kuya or Tito.
brother. Yes.
Wag na lang Tito Joey.
Oh, Tito Joey. Okay. Yes. We're jam-packed in the house. You know that StreamYard have now increased a number of people who can be here around 10 maximum. So we can invite some more. If, say, for example, there are some viewers there who wanted to ask, like, we have a lot of people around and they are asking me what happened. So, nalaglag po ako. Sorry po. And tawag na ang mga kasamahan natin dyan, mga batalyon natin mga kasamahan, mga barangay na nandiyan dyan ngayon. Halina kayo and let's have a fun. Alam niyo naman, we have some trouble, but of course, during adversity, we have opportunity. That's our tagline here in Inspire Life. Yes. Let's tell more. What's happening, Sir Richie Cuna? What any
Well,
developments?
yes, Juliet. Every week we give an opener, no? And
Yeah.
I think through the 8 weeks we've been doing this Inspire Life session, we have already talked to a lot of our fellow entrepreneurs, no? Also, sometimes may mga, may term ni Juliet, may umaakyat, no? Sa atin
Yeah.
abroad. And they share a lot of the experiences amidst all this pandemic, no? For
Mm.
me, Juliet, it's been a very busy week. In fact, I've
Uh-huh.
been up for the past a month now, since June 1. And I was able to chat a little chat with Joey earlier. And
Mm.
as expected, most of the entrepreneurs are trying our best to bounce back, no? Despite some of the difficulties. But again, it's the positive thing in us, no? Which really makes the Inspire Life session very positive, Juliet.
Yeah. So we've been discussing here what will be the title of our discussion today. Our discussion is about the gig economy, the new gig economy, and of course how to earn income from home. We as parents, we as mothers, and a lot of students around who wanted to earn a living from home wanted to know more. How can we earn a living at home? So we have a lot of moms, OFWs, even if there are OFWs around, they wanted to earn also and have extra income for them while they are at rest, maybe. And we have a lot of people around there. Let's welcome them first before I introduce our speakers. Jamantes Palas, hello to you. And we have here Susan TV Vlogs. Susan TV Vlogs, hello. And Diamond Dizon from Pangasinan. Janeline Pio from Hong Kong. Thank you very much for coming. Please share pa more sa ating solid group. And Susan TV Vlogs. Hello, Sir Richie. Ayan, may fans ka na. And to all the co-hosts, sabi ni Susan TV Vlogs from Makati po siya. Ayan. So, I would like to greet also our supporters, our YouTuber supporters, like, of course, this is a step from UK, and Pinoy Travel and Cooking from Australia, Pit in Paradise from Thailand, And of course, J Joy Vlogs from Valenzuela. And thank you also from RA Wanderlust for co-creating our channel art. Thank you very much, RA Wanderlust from Dubai. Mag-asawa po yan. Ayan. Isang Russian ang kanyang asawa. Ukraine, tama ba? Ukraine is from Russia. Am I right? Somewhere in that area. So, yan. Thank you very much, RA Wanderlust. Ayan. So, if you have some questions, pwede nyo pong ilagay dyan sa ating, chat room. Let's join our conversation tonight or this morning, no? So sa lahat ng nandiyan ngayon, alam ko marami kayong nakikinig dyan. At of course, meron tayong kapanalig dyan sa bandang Mindanao. Thank you for sharing. May vloggers, tayo dyan, group tayo dyan na tumutulong din sa atin. Mga 90,000 Facebook group sila. Sabi ko, kahit man lang 1,000 doon pumasok dito, napakasaya ko na, di ba? 90,000 sila, Facebook group nila, laki-laki. So, share nyo lang po ng share. Pa-share ng share. Share sa lahat ng ating social media. And of course, like our facebook.com/InspireLifeGlobal. Ayan po. So, like and share po sa ating community sa YouTube, sa lahat ng ating social media, Instagram, and of course, Twitter. Ayan po. So, tuloy natin, sir. Let's introduce our Sir Coach Dave. Maybe you can tell more about yourself this time. And ibababa ko muna po yung iba. So, yan. So, baba ko muna Sir Richie, And of course, Joey, baba muna kita ha, Sir Joey. Ayan. So, maybe Sir, Coach Dave, maybe you can introduce more about yourself so that they will know you more. Because last time that we have our session, it's about 10 o'clock p.m. in the evening here in the Philippines. Maybe some of them haven't seen that video yet. Maybe you can tell more about yourself.
Well, Juliet, what would you like to know? We can talk a little bit about making money from home.
No, not yet. Maybe all about yourself first. Maybe a short introduction. I have no intro for you right now. Maybe you can tell more your story, short story about yourself.
A short
Thank
story.
You.
Well,
yeah.
I'm from Canada, and I spent the last 33 years living in Japan, where I worked for the largest Canadian bank in risk management. And then I made a move to Hong Kong, where I was a bond trader in the 1990s. And I did that throughout 2000. And that was actually when I got to visit the Philippines quite often, working in the finance industry and raising money for many of the biggest Philippine companies, Indonesian and Thailand. And then after that, I got into something called social entrepreneurship. And that is the whole mission of entrepreneurship for more than just money. It's actually looking at nurturing and developing people through education, being kind to the planet, and of course, making a difference wherever we have entrepreneurial ventures. And that's something I did for 18 years. And it took me to about 55 different countries. I wrote a number of books on entrepreneurship. In fact, even something called spiritual entrepreneurship, where we truly live a life where we focus on wellness, mental health, and of course, looking for ways to contribute to a better education system, a more vibrant community, and looking to do things in a very healthy, full, holistic way. And so that's what I did up until 2018, where I lived in Singapore. And then I had the big calling, and that is the calling to come home, where I have to take some responsibility for elderly care, as my parents got to an age where elderly care was very important. So I decided to do something rather peculiar, and that is totally change my life, shift from 33 years away to come back to Canada. And it was very interesting because my son, 18 years old, left with his Singapore and actually started university in Canada. So I had an opportunity to now be an elderly caregiver, somebody who focuses on grief, because I've been writing a book, and this idea of shifting your belief about grief. It's about this book about depression and looking for ways that people can live a holistic life. So one of the trainings I recently did was to go to India and become a yoga instructor. So now infusing yoga and wellness and a healthy lifestyle into whether it's senior citizens or young people or anyone experiencing some issues with their stress, with their grief, with their isolation, loneliness. And so that book is actually going to be coming out in a couple of weeks, and we're very excited to be launching that. And then the third component is all about social entrepreneurship. And that's the part of working from home. And so I'm very excited to be sharing that, because I am somebody who likes to teach, but also participate in people's journey and assisting a little bit with the coaching, the mentoring, but also the practical steps to turn on the cash flow. Because if you do have the positive cash flow, you pretty much can do anything that you want to do. Yet, if you just have cash flow and you don't have mental health, then it's actually quite challenging also. So it's a beautiful blend, a holistic approach to mind, body, and spirit. And that's something that I've written about, I've been in a couple of movies about, and I'm really thrilled to be here with you to be able to perhaps answer questions or assist with ways that you can create more cash flow in your life.
Yes, that's good. I'm so glad that I heard a lot of from you right now, and I think some of our viewers would like to ask also, and also some of our mentors and entrepreneurs here around, maybe Sir Richie and also Joey later on would like to ask from you, and also some people around. So our discussion will revolve around how to make money from home, right, Sir Coach David? You have some pointers on how to do that, because right now all people are online because of this pandemic thing. So maybe you can share some more about it. Do you have some anything to share, Sir Joey Garcia? You have some question before you have something to clarify, or Sir Richie, you have some more to share before
Yes,
he continue?
yes, Juliet. I think before Coach Dave would go to his presentation on the online business thing, I just want to go back to maybe if Coach Dave can give our listeners, the Filipino listeners, a very quick tip, Dave, no, on how we can navigate emotionally this amidst all this pandemic, no, right now, no, just a quick tip for them to feel at ease, feel better, considering you are the guru on these things, no, the emotional and the mental state. Yes, Dave.
Well, it's a wonderful question. And to be very honest with you, one has to take responsibility for their emotions. And so it is about going inside to start to navigate and understand our emotions, because unfortunately the school system doesn't teach us emotional mastery. Yet what's beautiful about it is there's now a lot of information online, and it really is a journey to discover what emotions you're feeling and whether it's frustration. And if you delve into the root of frustration, it's often your relationship with time. So people get frustrated because things don't happen in the time frame they want. Whereas the energy around anger and rage is actually sourced in that you're in the presence of an injustice. An injustice has happened, and I'm going to make it right. You have different emotions and different ways to deal with them. You can lash out and blame and yell and scream and be negative, as Joey was suggesting. Some people become very negative. Or you can choose to be positive. Now, if you're energetic type of person, take that energy and go for a run. Take that energy and do some push-ups. Take that energy, go for a swim. Go for a bike ride, because you've got excess energy. If you're a little bit more introverted, you might start with some meditation, with some yoga. I personally use yoga because I used to be a very active type A personality. And these days, I can use something like yoga to do physical activities where it requires stretching and balancing and presence to be able to release that energy. So we are an incredible transformer and transmuter of energy. Yet we often will be fighting with ourselves when we feel bad. I'm actually asking you to tap into that energy, harness that energy, and utilize it for things like art, dancing, singing, charity work, service, caregiving. These are wonderful ways to transform the energy and make a difference in yourself and in others.
Yes,
Wow.
thank you so much, Coach Dave. Julian, we just heard the sharing of Coach Dave. It's really in your own person to survive
Mm.
what's happening right now. No, it's your mental state, your emotional. It's really a combination of everything. I would say it's really a combination of what you've learned all your life, and this is the time for you to use it the right way. So again, yes, Juliet, thank you. Yes, Juliet.
Yes, yes. Okay, Sir Joey. Of course, later on we will introduce more our next speaker, Sir Joey. But we'll finish a bit more with Sir Coach Dave. Um, but if you have some questions, viewers, maybe you can ask them. And we would like to welcome Madam E, our Madam E there. Thank you very much. I know you will be bringing all your battalion here, and you'll be bringing a lot of magic in our views later on. Thank you very much for coming. And of course, the Diamantes Palace. Thank you, Diamantes Palace. We're happy that you are here. And of course, if you have some question to our coach here, you can ask question. I know there are a lot of people who are depressed, stressed, and down to the negative level, and they wanted to hear some more from you, Sir Dave, and they wanted to know how to rise above the things that's happening right now, right? For me, I'm trying to do a lot of things to elevate myself to me, of course, to be more motivated every day of my life, right? I know every one of us have sufferings, have a lot of things right now going on inside and outside. And I think with all your advice and all the things that you have learned can help us also. And we have some people around. Oh, we have new people. Maurice. Okay, our laptop cannot read that. Maybe in Android because we have a lot of emojis. Yeah. Of course, yes. And of course, Susan TV Vlogs, hello. Ayan. So, yan po. So, yes, thank you. All of you are learning, even us, we are all learning. So, maybe you can continue on, Sir Dave, on our subject matter on how we, especially women, would like to earn a lot, even at the home, diba? So, maybe you can share some more on how can we make money from home. How can we do that? Maybe you can share some more. Okay, baba ko muna kayo, Sir Richie. Siya muna ulit.
Well, let me introduce this idea called Ikigai love. Okay? This is something that I started teaching in Singapore. And it's based on some Japanese philosophy about four questions. One is, what do you love to do? You can write this down because it's very useful to be able to explore this for yourself. And the beautiful thing about this is it continues to evolve just like you do. And that's why if you see over my shoulder, continual shift. Make shift happen because in life, shift will happen. It's a little pun on words, yet it's very true. Me as a 40-year-old is very different as a 50-year-old and will be very different as a 60-year-old. So we have so many things we need to let go. What's been beautiful about being an elderly caregiver is that I've had an opportunity to let go of my 20s and my 30s and my 40s and my 50s. And it's been fascinating to be able to express compassion, love, and patience to my parents, yet continue to grow and to learn. And so the first question is, what do you love to do? The second question is, what are you good at? The third question is, what does the world need? And the fourth question is, what can you be paid for? And so if you go and become a student of this little tool, it might change your life totally. I'm using it today to explain ways that you can make some money. Because when you combine what do you love to do with what you're good at, you get something called passion. However, you might not get money. And so if you combine what are you good at and what can you be paid for, it's called a profession. If you combine what you're good at and what the world needs, it's called a vocation. And if you combine what the world needs with what you love to do, it's your mission. Now, each of those have an upside and a downside. Yet what we're looking to do is to bring it together where you get to be using all of it in daily activities that make a difference in your life. So let me share a couple. What do you love to do? If you love music, if you love dance, if you love podcasting, you might go and start learning the businesses behind it. Because right now, the last 3 months, more people have been making money teaching things like music, like dance, like yoga online. Some of our young ones, our teenagers, have been using TikTok. Some others have been starting video editing. And there's so many platforms now that are available to allow you to explore what do you love to do. Now, what's fascinating is behind your love, there's probably multi-million dollar and even billion-dollar businesses. If we go into what are you good at, what's fascinating there is there's some people that are listening right now that are really good at art or design. And so I created this little picture here. Again, what could you do as an artist? In the past, as an artist, you could only sell your art. But these days, you could be a graphic designer. You could go on to a site called Fiverr. If you've never heard of Fiverr, please go and look Fiverr, Fiverr. It's a platform where creative people can make money from their home. Canva is a great example. If you're not very good at design and you're interested, or when you were 8 years old, your teacher told you had no talent in art or dance or music, guess what? You may have been traumatized. And those traumas stay with us unless we learn how to release those traumas. That's something that I am involved with, is called timeline therapy, or as a psychotherapist. And these are things that I continue to not only get treated, I actually go and study and become certified in these areas also. As an artist, as a logo designer, as a web designer, this is when the artist starts to mix in with technology. And that can create incredible opportunities. I use Canva as an example because if you've never heard of Canva, I'm really inviting you to go check out Canva because it could change your life. The designer, the creator of Canva, started her business when she was doing the school journal yearbook for her school in high school. That's how she started. And she found out there weren't very many ways to make a really good yearbook. So she started bringing together artistry and technology. Her company these days, about 15 years later, is worth 5.7 billion US dollars. Go check her out because it's a very inspiring story that maybe someone here today is listening and they're going to combine their passion with technology. Because today, technology is your friend. We have 4 companies that are all very famous companies, and you might even know them. If you think of the most famous technology companies in the world, do you think of Apple? Do you think of Amazon? Do you think of Facebook? Or how about Google? The thing about these companies is they want to invest in you and they want to invest in your business. So you in the Philippines right now, or you in Malaysia right now, can create a business and can have people interested in you and your enterprise and your value all around the world. That's the world we're living in right now. There's a one that I wanted to share with some of my creators here, people who make things like little masks. These masks 6 months ago, if you made masks, you probably made no money. Yet people in America and Canada, and I think even in the Philippines, are making money making masks. In fact, the website that you may have never heard of, or maybe you did, is called Etsy, ETSY. Check it out, because it has created a platform for makers to be able to sell their products. There are some women that I've talked to have made thousands of dollars making masks and selling them. I even have one young friend who's now 21 who goes to clothing stores like Goodwill, cleans up clothes, puts it on a website, and buys it for $4 and sells it for $50 where she lives here in Mississauga, Ontario. In the last year, the last 30 days, she made 1,275 Canadian dollars. That's incredible. There are opportunities online. Now, if you're a technology person, of course, you can become a consultant. And the areas that you can study these days: artificial intelligence, virtual reality, data mining. You can learn these online and you can work on yourself. That's the biggest thing about people who have been finding COVID time, COVID-19, the COVID journey to be exciting. They're the ones who are doing learning, and they're applying learning on a daily basis. A little by little, if you start with Canva, little by little, if you set up with Etsy, little by little, if you do video editing, you can actually not only develop your skills, you can develop a business. Now, whether you're going to become a solopreneur, that's probably just you working from home, which is fine, because you really can make hundreds and even thousands of dollars doing that. Or if you're going to build a business like Melissa from Canva, who started to build a platform that used technology, used her passion, used her contribution to humanity, used her growth to be able to build now one of the world's top design platforms. And so that's what I'm inviting some of you to do. When I worked and did some work with Ateneo University in Manila and working with some of the families that are looking to pass on the businesses, a lot of this, as Joey said earlier, is mindset. It's the mindset, though, which very few people talk about, of letting go, of you have to let go of the way you think, the way you used to be. Because the biggest thing I've learned in elderly caregiving is patience and a daily effort to be the best that I can be. When my parents complain or they have difficulties, my father even broke his femur during the pandemic, and we had to take him to the hospital. And he didn't have any opportunity to be with anyone because they had to put him in isolation. And my mother, they've been married for over 60 years, couldn't even go see him in the hospital. Yet every day we had to engage it in a way that was positive. And so that's when I started drawing. Like, I never drew before. And I now draw, I sketch, I doodle, and I've even brought my mom and taught her and to enjoy some of the things that she thought she was no good at. But that's what's beautiful, when you can not only change yourself, be the change you want to be. And that's what I'm inviting you to do, is that many of us, when we were younger, we were told, you can't make money art, you can't make money music, you can't make money dance. Well, guess what? There's multi-million and multi-billion dollar businesses in each of those areas. Now, if you can combine it, something you really like I love numbers. I was always good at numbers. And that's why I went into a banking career. And then I became a bond trader. And I've been trading since I was 13. And I like trading. These days, you'd be very surprised. I don't think very many people in the Philippines would know that young people in North America, one of their favorite things to do right now is day trading. And so I've been doing that. I taught my son how to trade when he was 11, and his portfolio from his investments that he chose paid for his first 2 years of university. Today, he is doing trading on his phone. That's how things have totally changed. So what I did was learn from him. I never used that platform. In Canada, it's called Wealth Simple. In America, it's called Robinhood. And these are platforms that allow young people to trade and to buy shares that traditionally they couldn't afford. So if they've been investing in companies like Tesla or Shopify or Spotify, in the last 3 months, they have made more money than people would have thought they could have made, because the market is volatile and it is a skill, and it is something that I continue to learn even after 40 years in the market. If there's a lesson I have to share today, it's your old mindset is what's holding you back. Today, you can learn online. There's a platform called Udemy. Go check it out, because you can go and have courses, and you can take many of these courses for free. In fact, if you're interested in, you send me a message, coachdaverogers@gmail.com, or you reach out on Continual Shift on YouTube, and I'll share with you ways that you can get free courses on Udemy. And you can learn programming. You can learn many different things that allow you to be the best that you can be. Yet it's going to come down often to what are you willing to learn.
All right, that's a very great idea, Coach Dave. And shout out to 120 viewers. Hello, hello, hello to all of you. Thank you, thank you. Maybe you can write down your questions. I think we have some questions down there. I'll check it out later on. Those are good idea. Combining your profession, your passion, your vocation, and your skills, your attitude, your habits, and all these things that make your personality and what you like to do. That's, I think, you've given us a lot of ideas on how can we make money online, right? Maybe we can check it out. Richie, Sir Richie, have some more to say. Maybe next week he will be promoting his distribution. But maybe it's too early for us to tell. Am I right?
Yes, just to take some notes of what Coach Dave shared us. No, I think it was really an amazing uh, sharing, Coach Dave. No? Very thankful for all our listeners. But again, I think I was struck by the process he did. No, he said that you have to identify what you're good at. I think that's very important. That's basic, and what the world needs. No, he mentioned that, Juliet. That will help you make money. For some people, it's just matter of doing, improving their skills, no, through online learning. But again, at the end of the day, they should realize that there's so much money, right, Dave? There's so much money doing these things. Either you take the course and learn from it, or you do the teaching because you're skilled on it, right? So again, very amazing sharing from Coach Dave. Thank you so much.
Yes. Do you have some more to say, Coach Dave? There is one along the conversation here, the chat room. I think he or she asked about, please give me 10 top ideas of home-based business. Ayan.
Well, I actually wrote them all out. So there's many, 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 right? Yet what Richie just said is so important. What would you like to do? What would you love to do? This is the idea here, is that many of us were told what to do. In school, we were told what to do by our parents. And so this is what takes some courage and bravery, is that I have met so many young people and senior people who would have loved to do logo design. And so if you go and spend a little bit of time doing logo design, and you go online and you go look at Fiverr, you can start your own store online. If you are a craft maker, if you like to make pretty things, you can go onto Etsy, take a look. So what this is doing is it's challenging you to, one thing, work on your craft, something you like to do that maybe you don't know how to make money. Yet then if you explore the ways that money is being made in that area, there are opportunities. So some of them that I wrote down, which are really great, because again, if you're into technology, go and look at Udemy. And if you're good at it, you can create your own course and you can post it on Udemy and you can start making money as an instructor on Udemy. Now, what's fabulous about that? A number of you speak more than one language. If you go and create a course on learning that language. Now, what you would do is you can make money. Yet is the goal to make money or is the goal to build your skills? There's some people out there that love video editing. Right now, globally, there's a shortage of good video editors. I would hire a video editor right now. If you know one, please contact me because I'm looking for video editing. And so if you're willing to learn as you earn, you can earn a whole lot more. But if you expect to be an expert before you try, you'll never try. That is such a key component. What I've noticed about being a senior helper is that you have to be willing to be lousy at it at the beginning. Yet if you practice, do you what? Some people think you become perfect. No, you become progress. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes progress. So let me give you some more. You could be a caregiver. You could be a caregiver from home. You know, they're actually doing that now. Somebody who will talk to people. You could be reviewing websites. You could be taking surveys. If you type in what are ways to make money online, but then you've got to take it to the next level and you've got to go and practice. And you might not do it right the first 10 times. And that's okay. Because a lot of this online business is about getting better at sales and marketing. And so if you've never done sales and marketing, guess what? Go take a course on sales and marketing. Practice sales. Practice giving your service away to 5 people for free. Get 5 testimonials, and then you're starting to get a business. What are some of the things that you could do online? You could assist with internet marketing. You could assist with affiliate programs. You could be an online trader. You could go and become a graphic designer, a website developer. These are areas that you can be a co-marketer. That's what's happening a lot online, is starting a YouTube site, yet then talk to people on how to monetize it. Now, does it happen right away? That's the mistake. And that's why Ikigai Love, helps a lot, because it gets you doing what you'd love to do, and you'd probably do it for free. Yet then what you would like to do, I really don't want to do sales and marketing, but I know if I get better at it, I can make more money. What is where I can be of service? What's beautiful about this is that if you're good at something, learn how to teach it. Be curious on ways to teach it. So then these days, what would you have to develop skill-wise? You'd have to develop speaking skills. You'd have to develop video editing skills. You'd have to develop storytelling skills. You'd have to go out and do it and serve. And that's the learning curve that allows you to develop skills that are of value, skills that make a difference in people's lives. Now, if you just sit there and think you're going to be perfect in all these areas to start off, no. That's the tricky part or fun part, is that if you want to be an entrepreneur, many people think, oh, I'll be rich. No, actually, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're probably going to be very busy, because it's like having 3 jobs making less than minimum wage. Now, my friends who are with me today, Joey and Richie, might agree or might not, yet I think they would, is that as an entrepreneur, we're always thinking the next step. We're always thinking about ways to serve our customers better. And so it's important that you like it and that you love parts of it. Now, as you grow and you have some success, then you can hire some people to help build your team. You can do strategic partnering. You can do strategic alliances. And that's what Juliet does very, very well, is looking for ways to add value to people, and then also people want to add value to her. That's one of the ways that I see this YouTube channel, Inspire Life, doing so well, is that she's inspiring and she's being inspired. That's developing her skills. And as she grows, she's going to be able to have more resources that she can possibly pay for and grow the channel globally. And so these are practical steps, folks. I'm not telling you you can go and make $1 million tomorrow. Yet I am saying if you start looking at ways to develop your skills, serve, develop your skills, learn, develop your skills, grow. And part of that growth is, yes, cash flow growth. Yet if you really want to start making money right away, I've shared about 5 or 6 or 7 ways. Get on Canva, get on Etsy, get on Fiverr, get on video editing, get on some of the platforms that allow you to develop the skills. Get a mentor. Look for ways that you can do an exchange. That's one of the greatest ways that I've worked with people over the years, is if you want to be coached and you can't afford it, go find a coach that you can add value to. If you want to find a mentor, don't go and just expect the mentor to give you everything. Go find a mentor that values you and wants you to grow, yet be willing to do it in a way that they see you as a person of value, not a person who's always taking. That's one of the things that I do as a filter with people who want to be mentored. I often will say to them, so who are you mentoring? You know what 90% of the people say? Oh, nobody. I'm too busy. Isn't that ironic that they think I have the time to mentor them, yet they don't feel they have the time to mentor someone else? Yet the people I have chosen to mentor this year, and one of them, it's really exciting because it's a full organization in St. Martin in Caribbean. And it is a beautiful center that is about developing youth, social entrepreneurship, serving humanity, working with Mother Earth, planting trees, changing the education system. It's a no-brainer to do some work as a mentor to that organization because the founder is doing so much mentoring to the next generation. So if that assists, I really hope you get some ideas. And again, for some of you who love numbers, you might go and be a trader, a day trader. For some of you who are really good at math, you might become a math tutor. For some of you who speak a few languages, go and explore ways to be a tutor online. People are making hundreds, thousands, and even millions of dollars, yet it tends to be a step-by-step approach. And that's one of the things, is be a person of value and then look for ways to leverage it. Value leverage. That's called the wealth walk. The more value you offer, the more you can leverage. So then you have to learn to offer more value to leverage. And that's what Canva. If you'd like a really inspiring story, which again, I'm a storyteller, I'm encouraging you to start creating, start being the narrator of your story. If your story is that, oh, I'm too busy, I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted, I've got no money, that's your story. The story of Melissa from Canva is that, oh, we got a problem here. There's no resources to put together our yearbook for our school. Well, why don't we create some? Oh, why don't we create a simple little program? Oh, why don't we share that program with 10 people? We get 7 testimonials. Oh, people start paying for it. Wow. Now, wow, we can offer it online. Her latest round, she got $150 million to allow Canva now to even help you do your video editing. And so if you do like creativity, go check out Canva. Yet if you looked at it a year ago, it's different than today. Just like I'm inviting you. What I saw 3 months ago, I've seen a lot of people change a lot. Some people, not so happy, depressed. And if you want some tips a little later on that, we can talk about that. Yet I've also seen some people absolutely love the last 3 months. Writing books, doing video editing. In fact, that's one of the things, continual shift on YouTube. I've done 1921 videos, and I'm not very good at video editing, yet I'm applying the idea. If you want to start something, you got to be willing to be lousy at the beginning. Yet I'm better than I was 3 months at it, and I'm intending to attract people that will collaborate with me so that we can monetize wonderful content, because that's very much about one of the mega trends. And I've written down a few of the mega trends. We've talking about the trend of education. It's going to be so disrupted. It already is being disrupted. If you see what's happening in the universities in America in September, when kids aren't going to be going to school, why would you send your kids there and pay $80,000 a year for education. So there's a huge disruption to happen in education. And this could be hobbies. In fact, there was one guy, he's cooking Singaporean food online. He's got 150,000 followers in 3 months. Wow. If you love cooking, maybe you want to start a cooking show. And so this is what's happening right now is we have this word called disruption. Some of you may have heard of Tesla. It is now more valuable than all the other auto companies. It just surpassed Toyota, and they make less than 100,000 cars versus Toyota makes millions of cars. He's a disruptor. Education will be disruptive. Elderly care is likely to be disruptive. Many people from the Philippines come to Canada to be elderly caregivers. I'm working with an elderly care person right now to create an online program that could help Filipinos get to Canada faster by doing an online program that then might assist them to be able to get their papers into Canada faster. I'm looking at that as a business opportunity right now to be a disruptor, because I see one of the great skills and beautiful qualities of the Filipinos I found is very caregiving, very patient, and incredible in hospital care also. And that's what I've noticed, this trend. So I'm looking at that. Another website that I'd recommend is Haymaker, because my breakthrough about art was to go to an art class where I did some painting. In fact, it's on the back there. You can see. The company I went to was called Haymaker, and there used to be 20 or 25 people, and we'd do a painting. Well, they've moved that online. So what's stopping you either to collaborate with Haymaker, or if you are very good at art and painting, and this is one of the things that my friend who was just on my podcast, you could check it out, Bruce Outridge, created a sketching program for kids during the last 3 months. He would go online, and Tuesdays he would teach them how to sketch. He created a following of 150 people. He then went out and he launched his book. And guess what? A lot of those kids' parents were the first people to buy his book. You could write a book. I teach how to write a book. One of my books that I wrote last year was Yoga for Kids. It teaches parents how to do yoga with their kids. These are ways to play and to have fun and to put your content, and then there can be other programs. My latest business is going to be a full suite of yoga products, yoga mats, yoga pants, yoga for kids, yoga certification programs. And I'm collaborating with a web designer who's put together the website for that. So this is the age of collaboration. Me as a almost 60-year-old guy is looking to collaborate with people who love to learn, yet love to take action. If you're going to sit there and just complain, you're probably going to get the results called complain. Excuse-itis is the disease, actually. Making excuses why you can't do it. Yet if you're going to be a person of action, a person that wants to learn and grow, this is a beautiful place to be. Inspire your life. Design your life. That's what Juliet's mission is to share best practices for you to really live an inspiring life.
All right. I think a lot of people are inspired with all your advice, and of course, we have a lot of ideas now. Now that we know about your experience and how you do the storytelling, we are now willing to learn. And maybe our entrepreneur down there, Sir Joey, maybe you can come. And of course, Sir Richie, Cuna, Sir Joey, maybe you can come also. Ayan. Sir, um, now that we have heard a lot from Coach Dave, maybe we can present our entrepreneur here.
I think we
The
have learned
youngest
so much
entrepreneur.
from Coach Dave, and I
Yeah.
think your program is not enough to accommodate the ideas that he have. That because
Right.
I'm writing a lot of ideas coming from Coach Dave.
Yes.
Actually, it's
Yes.
like a memory. It's a uh, a trip back to the memory lane because of a lot of the issues, a lot of the coaching, and a lot of the business ideas. Because he brought us back to the purpose or the deepest why. Why are we doing the all the business that we are doing right now? And I must commend
Yes.
Coach Dave. I really wanted to coordinate and to collaborate with Coach Dave because the Philippine the entrepreneurs of our time really need that kind of mindset. We have to discover ourselves, really.
Yes. Okay. Maybe we can present now and tell a story about yourself, Sir Joey. It's your turn now.
Actually,
Okay.
it's just a short story. Um, Coach Dave reminded me of the story of our business, of our lives, because as Juliet already knew about the story of our family, my dad started as a simple dishwasher in a small restaurant back in the 1970s. By the way, we are into restaurant business. Restaurant business is one of the industry's most hit industry in the Philippines, especially probably not only in the Philippines but around the world. Um, Restaurant is being challenged because of the we are not allowed to accept customers. We're not allowed to accept customers for dine in. It's only 30%. So as I'm telling a while ago, the story of our family started from my dad, who used to be a dishwasher in a small restaurant in Mabini in 1977. So but prior to that, it is his passion. For the benefit of our audience, probably I would tell the story in both Tagalog and in English. No, is it okay, Ka Juliet? Sister Juliet? Okay lang, no? Itagalog natin. But for the benefit of our foreign guests, so my dad started as a dishwasher. So he started as a dishwasher in a small restaurant. But until he was promoted to become a chef after he was sent to Japan to learn the culinary in Japanese culinary. And then upon going back to the Philippines, siya na po yung naging kusinero na siya. So ang tanong kasi kanina, how can we start a business amidst crisis? So, naalala ko tuloy yung father ko, when he started this business, it's out of his passion of cooking. So, uh, 30 years forward, uh, that was in 1977 when he was just a dishwasher, turned into chef, turned into entrepreneur. Isa lang ang ginamit niya, yung kanyang passion sa pagluluto. That passion sa pagluluto equates to a restaurant in a restaurant group that we have right now. Yung Rairaiken, Ramen Metro, Wishibachoy, Tokyo Joe, and Takara Hotel. All those are into food and hospitality business. So, gagamitin ko na yung ginawa ni Coach Dave. Finding what you love to do, what are you good at, what the world needs, and what can you be paid for. So, sa akin, very basic eh. You start with a purpose. Why you do what you gonna do. Kailangan malalim yung purpose mo, yung why mo, 'di ba? In the beginning, we my father started the business because he wanted to survive us as his family and he wanted to provide for us. So yung purpose niya na yun is very simple. And next to that is about having that capability. Ano yung skill na meron ka? And you have to find those people that you need. So you have to have a team. 'Di ba? Tapos until you develop your process. Sabi nga ni Coach Dave kanina, I want to use the example of Coach Dave. Process is about platform and technology. Technology is the enabler. You can duplicate, you can scale your business if you know how to use or maximize platform. And most of the business people right now, our main objective is to just profit. Pero hindi dapat ganun eh, 'di ba? In the beginning, probably you want to amass a lot of money for your family, but hindi lang dapat eh. This time, we have a lot of realization. Sabi ko nga, yung pandemic, it gives us, it hit us. It humbles us, it inspire us, and it transform us. Kasi na-transform tayo eh. Suddenly, we realize that all things that we have can be gone in an instant because of this COVID virus that biro mo yung kalaban natin, hindi natin nakikita. instantaneously we are in this situation. We are almost on a recession state. But sabi ko nga, it humbles us. Naging humble tayo sa ating kalalagayan sa buhay. And we realize a lot of things that, sabi nga ni Coach Dave kanina, it's the time of continual shift. We have to adapt, we have to learn, we have to accept kasi we cannot move forward if we don't accept our reality. Kasi nga meron tatlong klase daw ng negosyante, 'di ba? Yung kung idealistic, pwede kang um, uh, pessimist, realistic, and idealist. So I think we have to be very realistic thinker right now. We have to go back on our beginner's mind. Kailangan tanggapin natin yung mga bagay na nangyayari sa negosyo ngayon sa ating buhay. Going back to dun sa tanong kanina ni Miss Juliet, na ano yung mga business na dapat nating puntahan? Kasi ang tanong natin, ano yung pagkakakitaan eh? I strongly agree with Coach Dave that you have to look for your giftedness. Ano yung saan ka magaling, 'di ba? Tapos yung giftedness na yon, you have to be passionate on it. So pag nag-combine nyo, sabi nga ni Coach kanina, yung nag-combine yung gusto mong gawin, saan ka magaling, it's called passion. But sometimes you have to be very careful on identifying what is your passion. Sometimes, sabi mo, passion ko pagkanta, pero nung pinakanta ka, hindi ka pala magaling kumanta. So magpalit ka na lang ng passion. So you have to be very careful to identify what are your giftedness, what you are very good at na pwede kang kumita. So in our business right now, marami kaming discovery. One good example is I talk to my kids, sabi ko sa kanila, wala tayong mga restaurant operations. Probably you have some ideas on how you can help the business, the family business. So they started helping me through technology kasi hindi ako masyadong techy na tao. My children introduced to us on how to connect to our customer through Facebook, social media, and they started selling on social media using our Facebook account for all our brands until eventually my children decided to launch a business na home base lang, and with their passion, with their skills, because my kids are good in technology, they're good in art, they're good in business. I suddenly realized that my children shares the same DNA with us, that they love being entrepreneur. Sa Tagalog nga, I think Sir Richie could help me on translating. Sabi nga sa Tagalog, ang entrepreneur daw ang nakakita ng kikita na hindi nakita ng iba. So I think my children has that DNA in them na totoong entrepreneur, because they saw something na pwedeng kumita in times amidst crisis, because they have all the time in the world to learn new craft, new learning. Even me, tignan nyo, natuto na akong gumamit ng ganito na mga microphone, mga technology, even the Zoom meeting, etc. So you have to discover. You have to allot time for you to learn. Kasi prior to this, bago sa COVID, I started a venture. This is my idea, yung about disruption also. It's DICKS. It's disruptive innovation through collaboration of knowledge and skills. I really do believe that you can only succeed yung VUCA, 'di ba? Yung uncertainty, lahat ng complexity na nangyayari sa mundo, you can address that if you have a mindset of disruptive innovator. So you can collab. Before, you cannot collab with your competitor, but right now the best way to collab is with your competitor. So disruptive innovation through collaboration of your knowledge and your skills. So marami kang pwedeng ma-discover this time of crisis. That sabi nga, 'di ba, opportunity rises in times of crisis. So we have to maximize this. We have to learn from this learning from this experience that we are encountering. So going back dun sa tinatanong lagi na ano yung pagkakakitaan, I think online is one best, it's just a tool. Tool lang siya para mag-accelerate ng ating maiisip na business. And that inspiration of doing business should start from your passion, and your giftedness. So I totally agree with Coach Dave with what he shared. Ang daming learning eh. May common belief before that practice makes perfect. No, practice makes progress pala talaga. So kasi dati natatakot ako. I always think na hindi ko kayang mag-compete doon sa mga big brands, doon sa mga mas nauna sa amin sa business. Yung pala, kung may kwento ko rin, when I helped my father, yung istorya kasi ng business namin, my dad started in 1993. He started this restaurant business that Rairaiken. In 2001, when I joined, doon ko nag-expand yung business. I was just 18 years old yata when I joined the business. And masasabi kong ano, I though I don't know how to cook as good as my father, pero masasabi ko yung talent ko, yung aking giftedness in marketing, my giftedness in design, business model, yun ang nagamit ko naman. Magaling akong magluto ng konsepto, not the food. Magaling lang akong kumain. So I cook a lot of concept, I design a lot of brands. So until we have when I joined the business, I launched the new Rairaiken look, the other brands, Ramen Metro, to Tokyo Joe, Wishi Batchoy, and our Takara Hotel. So, ngayon, wala kaming business because all the restaurants are closed. We develop another brand amidst COVID crisis. So, yung business ng mga anak ko, yung Filipino brand na kinreate namin amidst crisis, it's doing good right now because imagine yung cloud kitchen concept. I developed a brand specifically to serve customers online. So eventually, pag bumalik na tayo sa normal, meron ng dine-in, we will be launching a dine-in restaurant for that concept. Pero right now, the brand is Eustachio. It's a Filipino modern cuisine. Yung Eustachio is my great-grandfather. So kusinero rin pala siya nung araw during the 1920s, during the World War. So I created that brand in memory, in the parang respecting my great grandfather. So those are pivots. Pag nagreklamo ka ng nagreklamo ngayon amidst crisis, the result is ganun pa rin. Insanity yun eh. You're expecting something new, but you're not doing anything good. So you're not doing anything new. So you have to sabi ko nga, kailangan you have to accept what's your reality right now. When you accept that, that's the moment you can move forward. So that's yung father ko he is already a senior citizen, but during the crisis, what he did is nagpakain pa siya ha. Ang ginawa niya, nagpakain pa siya, namigay pa siya ng pagkain. Sabi niya, Joey, kaysa ma-stress ako, magpapakain na lang ako ng frontliner. So imagine. So that kind of mindset really drives us towards success. So I think that's a good example from my dad and to my children na sinasabi ko nga sa kanila, this is a totally new landscape of business. What's important right now is your character. Yes. My wife is telling me you have to have a reinventing. What was that? Reinventing mindset. You have to reinvent yourself. Ano yun eh? I think that's necessary, di ba? You have to disrupt yourself. You have to reinvent yourself. So I think that with that mindset, with what I've learned again from Coach Dave, actually it's a trip back to the memory lane. Talagang ang dami kong natandaan. And I think a lot, especially Sir Richie, one of my idol in the business. Bata pa ako, sinusundan ko na Sir Richie. Talaga. yan ang one of my idol eh. So what, balikan ko yung tanong ni Juliet eh, what business should we venture into? So sabi ko nga, yung simple key success factor ko, hagdan yan eh. Dati 3 lang ang hagdan ko eh. Yung aking ladder. It's purpose, people, process. Process should have platform and eventually profitability. Yung profit is, yan eh, not for yourself but to other people. Diba? Hindi lang ang profit ngayon is pera. Profit ngayon is you're healthy, you can give back to your society, to the society, to your shareholders, to everyone. Parang gano'n. So that's it, Sister Juliet and Master Richie.
Ayan. So,
Yes, Juliet. Yeah.
we are jam-packed not
Thank
only
you.
with people but also with wisdom. And I think a lot of people will be bringing a lot of takeaways tonight or this morning in Canada. And by the way, I would like to greet all the Canadians a happy Canada Day. If you few days back. And of course, happy Filipino-American Friendship Day. It's July 4 today. And to all our
Nga
American
pala.
friends, to all our Filipinos, OFWs who are in America, hello, hello sa inyong lahat dyan. Sana ay natutuwa kayo sa aming huntahan ngayon. Medyo intelihensya ba na ano nyo, napaka-intelligent ba ng ating usapan? Pero alam nyo, sa panahon ngayon, we have to be intelligent, wise, and like Sir Joey, who is very, very, what do you call that? Uh, yan si Sir Joey, napaka lahat na.
Sorry,
Napakagaling.
I had to
Okay.
deliver my talk in a very fast kasi.
Yeah, I know. Sir Joey will be going. Do you have some? Joey,
No,
Sir Joey
it's
is
okay. I can say.
our friend from I think 20 years ago. I think Sir Joey, right? So we've been together, launching a lot of things, volunteering, helping people, promoting entrepreneurship, livelihood in a way that people can uplift their lives, right? Spiritually and morally, and of course, financially and entrepreneurial things. Anything that will uplift lives of people. And I'm so happy that in spite of being busy, all of you here, from Coach Dave Rogers, of course, Sir Richie Cuna, who is always in the go negotiate all that kinds of talks on a daily basis, still you find time in giving us here talks, no? And I think a lot of people are taking a lot of notes from all of you, and we have lots of things to think about tonight or this morning in Canada. Anything that we can hear from you, Sir Richie? Maybe you can share
Yes,
something for us.
yes, Juliet. First and foremost, we would like to shout out to Madam Etc. No? Susan
Yeah.
TV Vlog and Moto Rider. So, magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. You know, Juliet, tonight episode is really full of take home, no? Of course, coming from Coach Dave and of course kay Joey, ano na yan, seasoned entrepreneur yan si Joey. And it's really not that easy for us to navigate right now in a unfamiliar terrain, right? This is something very new to all of us. But again, day to day, we are learning new things, how to survive. Sabi nga ng most of the entrepreneurs, we don't mind really not earning this year, but at least for us to survive is enough. No? This is a survival stage for most of the entrepreneurs. But again, learning and listening to both Coach Dave and kay Joey, I would say we are very lucky tonight, Juliet, because our listeners and viewers, so much things to learn, so much things for them to remind them of what to do, no, on a day to day on what's happening right now during these pandemic times. But very practical, no, both from Joey and Coach Dave, practical tips which they're doing and they have survived. They have passed through, no, through this unfamiliar terrain. So again, thank you so much, Joey and Coach Dave. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Yes,
very
Juliet.
much.
Yeah. I think Joey Garcia will be going fast, and he has a lot of meetings right now. Maybe you can have some last message, Sir Joey Garcia, so that he can give us soon. Okay,
Pasensya
Sir
na kayo. I
Joey.
have to go lang after this, no. But
Mhm.
I just wanted to congratulate Coach Dave. Coach Dave, you enlightened us again. You have reminded us again of the we have to look into our purpose. You have to look into our, kasi in times of crisis, sometimes we are so, ano na parang cloudy na yung aming yung decision making, and we are into profit, profit, profit. But eventually, I want to use your continual shift idea, because prior to this, one of my vocation is really to help Filipino, and because in the Philippines, micro, small, medium entrepreneur is just starting through go negosyo, and with my experience for about 20 years helping my family, help specifically my dad. building our business. I have been through a lot of challenges, a lot of business challenges that if you don't have a mentor, or if you don't have a mentor that could guide you, not only on the financial side but also especially on the mindset side, that is very important right now, especially for the entrepreneurs, because a lot of entrepreneurs are dwelling into business simply to profit. But if you have that purpose, yeah, your 20-year-old, 30-year-old self is different from your 50-year-old self, definitely, because I'm experiencing those things right now. Because in my 20s, I just wanted to buy a good car, or just a sports car. But during the crisis, I suddenly realized those material things is unnecessary. So my realization now, if you will go into business, if I will be giving advice to my 20-year-old self, I would tell him, Joey, just be cool. Just focus on things that gives you um not the it's a bonus that you have those material things, but what's most important is that you started with a purpose. You can share your blessings to your community, to the people that you love. Because for me, doing what you love with people that you love, that's a very that's the best result that I could think of for myself. Because now
Ayan.
that I have time with my kids, helping them to realize what they're good at, what business they could venture. And lastly, as I've said earlier, it's about humbling experience. It's inspiring and it's transformative. There should be a transformation to the new breed of entrepreneurs. After this COVID, the new normal would bring new sets of entrepreneurs that could be good at social entrepreneurship, something that
Mm,
gives back to the society, not only to
right.
profit. Kasi yung iba gusto maging bilyonaryo. I have heard actually Canva is she's half Filipina, right? She's half Filipina. The
Mm,
Canva, I've read an article about her. So with that, again, I would like to thank Sis Juliet, Sir Richie, and of course Coach Dave. I'll be definitely coordinating with you. I would like to collaborate with you with some of my ideas, because I'm part of. I'd like to say hi to my JCI family, JCI Makati. I'm part of JCI Makati, my organization, and to my friends and to my partners in business, and to my family, of course. Sir Richie, maraming salamat po
Maraming
for the
salamat.
time to
yeah.
invite me, Sister Juliet and Sir Coach Dave. Maraming salamat po. I have to go. Bye.
Yes, have
Magandang
a
Thank
gabi
good
you.
po.
night.
Thank you so
Thank you
Cheers,
much.
so much.
cheers.
Thank you so much.
Next time na lang. One
Yes.
more question. One na lang. Ang
Ano,
question namin kasi nga, di ba, because of the COVID thing,
ano?
one lang. What one strategy that you do to 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 cope up with pandemic?
Actually, sige. I give three strategy. My
One
three
lang,
strategy.
specifically.
Number one, ngayon, cash is king. Di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Cash is king. Anything that you can dispose, anything that makes you bleed, dapat tanggalin mo yan. So cash is king. You have to dispose anything that you can dispose. Number two, communication. You have to really be good at communication with your people. Start with the most problematic people. Those are the complainant. Di ba? Yung nagko-complain. You have to start with them. You have to tell them what's the real score of your business, of the what's happening amongst us. And number three, kailangan to, you have to trust God. Yan lang. Yan ang kailangan. You have to trust God. Let God be God in times of crisis. Yan lang ang strategy ko ngayon. Dispose the property, communicate with my people, and I pray a lot. So with that,
Wow.
I think I can be we can beat this. We can beat this pandemic. With that, maraming
Thank
salamat
you.
again, Sister
Thank you,
Juliet,
Joey.
Sir
Thank
Richie,
you.
and
Okay.
Sir Coach Dave.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy
Yes, Juliet. We heard,
May
alam mo, we
sasabihin ka pa
are,
ba, Sir Joey? Parang
yes, Joey.
meron kang sasabihin eh.
Please.
picture tayo, picture. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Thank you. I got it. Bye
Thank
bye.
you, thank you. Okay, thank you, thank you.
Okay, Juliet. So,
Ayan.
God, it's a heavyweight session for us tonight, Juliet. No,
Yeah,
two very
okay.
inspiring
Session.
entrepreneurs who could really share to us all these insights. No, all these
Yeah,
insights. I'm looking
yeah.
through our chat here. There's so much learnings. No, they got
Mm-hmm.
for tonight's episode. Yes, Juliet.
Ayan. So, there are a lot of people still coming here. We have Teaching Mama. Meron Teaching Mama. Still Susan TV Vlogs is there. And of course, Madam Etc. is there. Hello, 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 Madam Etc. And of course, Dynamite and Diamond is there. Still Diamond. And Diamond is transferring, no, to another place. So, she is helping her family. And of course, Janeline B, you're still there. Thank you very much. And to all of you who are there, thank you very much. And Sir Richie, do you have some more to tell before we say goodbye? But of course, um, I think once we're done with all the planning, July 25, we'll be doing some Thanksgiving with meaning this month. But later on, I have to talk first to Sir Dave Rogers about it, and it's about global women entrepreneurs. Am I right, Sir Dave?
Correct. One of the things that we've noticed is the way that women communicate, build community, and collaborate is truly a big part of us moving forward through not only COVID, yet through other challenges that the planet's facing. So, women leadership, women entrepreneurship is something that I've been committed to for the last 2 decades. And it's been really inspiring. Last week, I did a talk with 21 inspiring women professional speakers. And so, one of the things that I'm really committed to doing is assisting women to have a platform to share and to speak. In fact, when they started it, I was one of the presidents of the Asian professional speakers who decided that if I was ever on a platform where there wasn't a woman, I would be willing to give up my seat so a woman could
Yeah.
speak. And so, in the 25th, with your help, Sir Richie and Juliet, I'd love to figure out a way that we can bring some women from around the world to be on a cast like this, where we get them to share their experience with COVID. Yet more importantly, I'd love them to share the narrative that they're writing for their life, because that's the big part of the change. You can be a victim to this, or you can be a shiro or a hero to this. People who are willing to be part of the change are the change. And so I would love to invite some women from around the world, maybe some from Africa, from Canada, from America, from Asia, to come to the Philippines to be with you, to then go back out to the world to be part of the change that we want to see. And so that's an idea that I shared a little bit with Julia. Julia expressed some excitement about it. Hopefully, Sir Richie, you can definitely spin your magic with some of those ideas, come up with some great questions, and we could have a very inspiring session of practical approaches of managing and shifting the consciousness of the way business is done, the way communities are led, and the way that potentially countries can be led. Because if you didn't know, the countries that have handled the COVID crisis the best are currently led by women. New
Yeah.
Zealand, Taiwan, Scandinavia, a couple of I think Sweden and Scandinavia. And so the way women are leading right now is something that we as men aren't being kicked out of it. We're actually asked to be with them in an alignment of entrepreneurship. And that's why we can be very inspired by the Canva young lady who now has created a multi-billion dollar business. And we can learn from her. And that's what I'm really excited about potentially being involved with Juliet, Inspire Life, and the team in the Philippines.
All right.
Yes.
For our viewers there and also chatters and YouTubers and Facebookers. Would you like to come and ask and have a photo op, and maybe you can share some of your questions? You can. I have a link there. You can come here and share your thoughts also. Yeah. So, Madam etc. From Indonesia before, and also Jeneline B from Hong Kong. Diamond Lisan cannot come, but she is there. And of course, Susan, TV Vlog, maybe you can come over. And Motor, we have one new person here from, I think, I don't know if from the southern part of Philippines. Okay, so would you like to come? Please come here in our stage, right? Sir Richie, maybe you can share some more. We have reached our 8 o'clock
I
p.m.
think Juliet. Yeah, I know. That's why I try to. First and foremost, would like really to thank Coach Dave. No, it's not only a ordinary episode for us. This is very special because the learnings tonight is of a big magnitude. I would say so. So much to take home, so much to remember, so much to think about, and it's a eye opener, Dave. No, for all who listened to us tonight, you just gave them so much enlightening, so much opening on the mind of what to do, especially on the online business and the skills they have right now. So again, Juliet, we just want to thank so much on the effort of Coach Dave, waking up too early for Inspire Life.
Yeah.
Yes, Juliet.
Yes. Maybe we say goodbye, maybe we can hear some message, maybe more of an inspiring message before we go. Sir Coach Dave Rogers.
Well, I'm actually going to give maybe the first time you've ever heard this message. And it's to my friends who might be feeling depressed. Guess what? It's okay. We all will feel depressed at different times in our life. And so the way that I work with depression is if somebody comes to me and they want to talk about being depressed, I will actually encourage them to honor and respect that they're feeling depressed. No criticism, no put downs. If you're feeling depressed, I actually will then invite them to go be depressed for a short time, maybe 12 minutes or 17 minutes, and go and be really, really depressed. Like go into bed, pull the covers over your head, allow yourself to cry or express without criticism. Maybe set the alarm and go and really embrace the depression. And while you're in depression and sad and maybe crying, thank yourself. Thank the emotion of depression, because there's a lesson from depression. The problem I've been noticing is that a lot of people fight depression. They feel they're wrong to feel depressed. They beat themselves up for being depressed. I'm actually saying it's okay. Go and embrace yourself. Give yourself a big hug in depression for a certain amount of time, 12 minutes, 17 minutes. Breathe through it and ask it, what message do you have for me, depression? Respect it. It's a beautiful experience that human beings go through. Yet when you fight it, you fight it, you fight it. There's an expression, whatever you resist will persist. If you desire to get out of depression, you're going to get more depression. And that's a little bit about the way our mind is wired. So I'm inviting you, if you're feeling depressed, purposely go and be depressed for a short amount of time. Breathe into it. Ask what's the message. Because often it's a message of caring for yourself, of giving yourself some time out. And then if you choose, go for a nice walk in nature. Go see a tree. Go listen to the water. Go walk on grass with bare feet, because it's really a great way for you to reconnect with Mother Earth. And so perhaps that's one of the strangest little summaries of a session on entrepreneurship you might hear. Yet it's something I've really noticed, that we go up and down a roller coaster of entrepreneurship. Part of that time is being depressed. feeling alone. And I'm inviting you to bring another L from alone, bring one more L, and you'll find a new word. And the word is all one. So with a little bit of compassion, a little bit of empathy, I honor your journey. And part of that journey is sometimes in what's called the pit. Depression is part of the pit. Yet if you be kind, you be gentle, you be compassionate to yourself, you will come out of the pit with a new superpower, with a new skill, a new talent, a new curiosity, a new perspective. And perhaps that perspective will be a new kind of kindness that starts with you. And so that would be the way that I'd bring this to a close. I've recently been speaking in South Africa on loneliness and depression. I've had the privilege to speak to seniors in Singapore on the areas of COVID and, again, loneliness, depression, and finding ways to move through it. And one of the greatest ways that I've come up with is a beautiful model inspired by Joseph Campbell called the hero's journey, which I then have shifted it to the shero's journey. Sheroes, they're the ones that are really inspiring. So if you're feeling a little depressed, you're part of a movement of sheroes who are embracing bravery and kindness for a new kind of compassionate leadership. So Juliet, thank you so very much for the opportunity to share today. Sir Richie, really a pleasure to watch your way of coordinating the day. And of course, to Sir Joey for sharing a wonderful personal story of the way that he is bringing his family in, inspiring what's called, in my words, transgenerational business. This is the business that goes from one generation to another generation with respect and honoring. And that's another inspiring part of the Philippines that I'd like to be part of sharing around the world. Thank you, folks.
Thank you so
Ayan.
much.
So, we are so, no, we have a lot of things to uh, absorb, but I have written some of those things, and the one that vibrates, resonates, is from alone. We have a new word, all one, right? So with that, thank you very much to all of you. Thank you, Sir Richie. Thank you to Sir Joey, who's not
Thank you so much.
here now, right
Great.
now, and of course, Sir Coach Dave Rogers for your sacrifice, waking up early, and to all of you guys and dolls there, thank you. Meron pang humabol si JLM Vlog, so thank you very much to all of you, and to all our viewers around the globe. I think you've learned a lot, and we will be back by Saturday, Sir Ricky, right? And we will be having a
Okay.
lot of plans together with Coach Steve Rogers for the upcoming online event. And thank you all. And of course, through this platform, YouTube and Facebook, and of course, StreamYard, thank you very much. And we have a live broadcast in YouTube and Facebook. And the highest views that we had right now is more than 100 plus. And right now we have 48 and still coming. And to all of you down there who wanted to have a new business online or even just to try on how to earn extra income online, the secret of getting ahead is getting started, according to Mark Twain. And of course, all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. With that, Inspire Life will bring your vision to life. Inspire Life is your bridge to your dreams and aspiration. Thank you very much to all. So let's watch this.